kind of. It's kind of back. Let me explain. Yesterday, as of writing this script, who knows when this video gets done, they announced that Project Jojo 2 was having a test day. I was hyped. You gotta understand, I've been looking forward to this since, probably May 24th-ish? I mean, probably. I think I remember seeing this message first. Ever since finding out this game was happening, I've been checking the Discord, checking the sneak peeks, gushing over it. I even applied to become a tester, but it wasn't to be. Anyway, they gave us a day's notice to get ready and join in to, test the game out. So, naturally, I ate that up. Now, I think it's important to note that all these opinions are coming from someone who's biased towards the game. I played Project Jojo back when it was at its peak of popularity, when the server lists were long and full and data resets were commonplace.
Oh my gosh. What is that?
When I voice my thoughts, it's coming from someone who already loves the previous game and was ecstatic to find out that there was a second game in the works. Now, with all of that being said, Project Jojo 2, baby. Fuck yeah, we in with this one. The maps look awesome, the models are way better than the old ones, new stands, $500,000 for an Agim. Hang on, how much for the mask? When I loaded up the game, I was very happy with what I found. It was just like the glory days. I literally found myself looking at every little thing and being like, oh my goodness, James, it's a giant dummy, just like in the old game.
Oh my god, I don't f***ing care.
Oh my lord, is that Maharaga in a suit? It's Maharaga, bro.
Seriously, I was very happy. So happy, in fact, that I even went ahead and made a little list here of things I like about it. The map. Bro, where to start with this map? It's the same basic-ish layout from the first game, so if you know that, you'll know this new one, which, for someone like me, is perfect. Now, where this map differs from the original game is actually being pleasant to look at. I was shocked at how well made this map was. I didn't really have any particular expectations heading into the game, but I was very pleasantly surprised. So, obviously the visuals are better, but there's also a couple of new additions. At the back of the map, there's this, cool new casino. It used to be, just a house that Dio used to spawn in. Wow, truly groundbreaking creativity there. But now, it's got cool moving parts, and gambling, baby! Let's go gambling! Now secondly, the inbuilt wiki page. Jojo Roblox game users, put down your browsers, I guess close your browsers, because you can't really put them down. Get rid of them, because Project Jojo 2 has you covered. I remember, not fondly actually, but I remember spending ages on Trellos looking to find how a rocket spawns, what an ability does, and blah blah blah. Boring! Project Jojo 2 says, fuck that man, and just has all the information you need to play the game without going on a separate f***ing website. Come to think of it, why is that so rare? You wanna know what your stand does? Here it is! You wanna know how to fuse? There you go! You wanna know what a Sinner's Soul is? Here you are. It's a really handy mechanic, especially in games like this. Literally the only bad thing about it, and I say that bad with massive fucking quotation marks, is that with Star Platinum, I couldn't figure out why there were 2 other moves that I couldn't use. Okay, now thirdly, the stand variety. Frankly, this isn't so much as an improvement as it is something I'm glad has made it over to the sequel. The stands in this game are, to put it lightly, f***ing ridiculous.
Oh, Ruben, come here, I wanna show you something. Car.
Henry, come here, I wanna show you something.
No, you're stupid.
You may have a car, but I have a plane! We have stands from the most, obscure parts of the show, where a lot of the time I was looking at it and I was like, bro, what part of the show are you even from? Actung Baby? Invisible baby that Joseph adopts is in here. Alright, dude. What the flip? It's a really nice change of pace from other Jojo Roblox games out there, who always seem to include Anubis, Silver Chariot, and fucking Shadow the World. I mean, seriously guys, we don't all need this stand. It was in one arcade fighting game. The stands are all super unique, and for the most part, none of them really play the same. Now, while we're here on the point of stands, actually no, I'll leave this for later, but just know, I have some shit to say here. Now, I bet you're hearing all this, and you're going, wow Ruben, you're making this game sound good. You may as well be advertising this game to me. Well, thank you, Charming. I always do love your little inputs, but no. This game is without a doubt a sequel to Project Jojo, to a fault. Look, back in ye olden days, I used to be able to play this game, all day, every day. So when I had to grind something out for 10 years, it wasn't that big of a deal. But I'm all grown up now. I've got things to do. Hey, like what? Like doing your f***ing mum, that's what. I don't like having to spend so much time on mindless, grating grinding. Now, I have 3 points on this, cleverly mirroring my good points for the game, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll tell you how I think this game could be improved. I mean, probably what would I know, I'm just the f***ing doge with a crown, you know what I'm saying? Items. Items are incredibly annoying to get your hands on. I mean, sure, on one hand, it's nice that you can buy almost every item you want from the store, but on the other hand, fuck me, is that $500,000 for an Adja mask? What the fuck? Now, yes, I get it. You can find them around the map, and you can even buy these from the store, but it is ridiculously hard to find these items. Back in Project Jojo 1, that was fine, because you could get a funny little guy named Harvest, and he'd go around and he'd collect all the items on the map for you. But in this game, he doesn't exist, and to be completely honest with you, I don't want him back. If there's 2 harvests on the map, it's like betting on a little racing horse, where the winner gets items, and the other gets the AFK on another server. Anyway, the point is, I really don't fancy running across a map to find an incredibly rare item that could spawn literally anywhere, including fucking rooftops. Is there a rock right there?
Oh my lord, there it is.
But Ruben, I hear you protesting in your shrill, nerdy, grass-touch-needing voice. You just said that you can buy them from the shop. I mean, sure. Technically, you can get whatever item you want from the store, if you work a f***ing 9 to 5 shift on Project Jojo 2. These prices are ridiculous, even from a grinding game standpoint. You could gather all the money I made from farming for nearly 4 hours, give or take, I didn't actually time it, and you wouldn't even be able to buy half of the items you need to fuse. I'm not kidding, by the way. If you skim through my 2 hours of footage playing the game, chances are you'll probably land on me just punching a giant dummy to get the stupid f***ing worthiness of man, and damn it, why is there another guy here now? These are my dummies, and is that f***ing Goku? He's got Tusk too, what the fuck? No, it's Tusk 4. I know, he's got Tusk 4 too. No, he's just got Tusk 4. Don't make me hurt you. Speaking of Tusk, you wanna know who else wanted Tusk? My friend James. Do you wanna know what he got? Not f***ing Tusk. You know earlier I mentioned I have shit to say about stands? Well, here's the shit. It is such a bullshit. Look, I don't mind if it's difficult to get a stand in a game like this, alright? I should know. It took me 117 times to get White Snake back in YBA. Isn't that number a little bit specific for a Roblox game? Yes, it is. Here's every stand I got before getting it. Anyway, here's something that shows how much of a veteran I used to be for this game. I remember that on the Trello, it used to say that the reason that some stands were so rare were because they were super powerful and annoying. Back in the olden days, I used to think, oh yeah, that makes sense. But back in the olden days, I was stinky and stupid. I can't say for sure if this is the case with Project Jojo 2, that higher tier stands are rarer because they're more powerful, because, quick reminder, I never got these high level stands. But if a stand or power is so strong in a game, it needs to be nerfed by rarity, maybe it should just be nerfed instead. Alright, I hear some of you saying, well actually, it's to make the progression good or some shit. Alright, fine, that's fine. But I have a proposition. If you're gonna make it take worthiness to have a better chance, then at least make it more worth it. As it stands, worthiness felt to me like it did Jack and Diddley. How about this? If you have a high enough worthiness, you can select a stand that you'd like to pull. Now, it won't guarantee that you'll actually receive the stand you want, but it'll make the odds higher. Doesn't that sound fun? Or at least better? That way, the grind still exists to create some level of progression, but for the unlucky sods like me, they won't just have to pray to f***ing Jesus, the canonical god in Jojo, to get the thing they want. I literally made a joke referencing Captain Underpants, it was so bad.
Another soft and wet, oh my gosh. You know, like in Captain Underpants, you ever read that?
Yep.
Yeah, in Captain Underpants, you know, there's that store which is everything but fabric softener. It feels like that. I'm just everything but White Snake.
And finally, the final cherry on top, the grind. Now this does bring a frown on my face. To be clear, I want to make something known. I think the leveling from 1 to 50 in Project Jojo 2 is leaps and bounds better than Project Jojo 1, and I also think that's a pretty reasonable length. That being said, Project Jojo 1's progression was a massive pain in the ass, and being better than it is like being better than that one f***ing garbage Kong game.
Okay.
The real problem starts basically immediately after. If you want money and worthiness, which you need for better chances with stands, you need to grind these giant dummies. And let me tell you, I have killed enough Titan dummies for one lifetime. It's to the point that I found 2 ways to grind them. One is extremely boring and tedious, and the other is also extremely boring and tedious, but somehow even more so, with some kind of better rates of killing. Considering the game isn't even out and you can't play it, I'll keep them to myself for now, but once this game's out, and if this video does well, I'll be sure to tell you how. Speaking of this video, it's time for me to ask you to subscribe. I know, you hate to hear it, but it works. Look at this graph. It shows clear metrics of you subscribing if I mention it. Plus, look at the subscribe button a sec. Trust me. Subscribe. I don't actually know what it should have done there, but it must have lit up, like, at least once, right? Anyway, subscribe please, thank you. Whew. So, I bet you're thinking now, well, now I don't know how to feel. It has some good parts, and some bad parts. Please, Ruben, tell me how to feel. It's alright, buddy. I got you. So, I think this game definitely has some potential within it. The fusion mechanic creates a huge variety of potential stands and combos. The sub-specs only add to that, and I imagine if it does well, there's only more to come. Personally, I really want this game to do well. It's kind of like a piece of my childhood to me. I really did enjoy the first game, even despite grinding and flaws. I just hope that the devs listen to feedback and make this game what I know it can be. It has a little something for everyone.